Okay, Janelle, that was for you. You wanted me to hum in everything. So, getting ready to start doing some world quests. Because that is the quest for the week. And trying out these new scenes. And I have a very interesting story. Let's see. Let me make sure notification went out. Let's see. Yep. Yeah, some more. I that that wasn't even any particular tune. Yes, the humming she was talking about was actually a tune. It was, you know, the circus. But so I have to tell you, you won't believe what I came home to. Skylar had broken out of the cage and completely almost shredded Donald's chair. So, yeah. Evidently, she found out there was stuffing in the top part of it and ripped open the cloth. So I had to call him and forewarn him so that he didn't get overly angry when he got home.
Have you come to speak to old Nola?
I have.
Well, wasn't that nice?
Yeah, that
I've
wasn't very
seen
good.
worse. But I'm sure you can do better.
I know, that wasn't very good at all.
You look like you can appreciate a good story.
As long as it's not Laura Walker Cho.
Splendid job. You know, if this adventuring business doesn't work out, you'd make an
There you
excellent
are. I thought you had technical
teacher.
difficulties. Oh my god, well, she doesn't like being locked up. No. But we can't. No, the rant has not started yet. And, but you might have missed the story about the dog, our new dog. She likes to chew, and she has some problems, being potty trained, and I'm not sure if that's because of her past life or what. But so we have to cage her up when we're gone, and she broke out of her cage while my daughter was at school this afternoon. She takes an art class on Tuesday evenings, and I pick her up. My dad takes her, and I pick her up when I get off work, and we walked in the door, and she was loose, and she ripped the cloth off the whole side of my husband's chair and was pulling stuffing out of it, and yeah, she's got a cage to be in, but she broke out of it, so I told him he's got to get some clips. I don't know that my daughter put shoes in with her, and that may have been part of the problem why she broke out. But yeah, so I had to call him and forewarn him so that well, she had already chewed on it, and it's very old chair. It is very old chair. We've had it over 10 years, and he sweats and is nasty, and so, I told him he needed a new chair, but I didn't get him one for Christmas because we got my new Jeep. And so I told him and once she gets trained, we'll get him a new one. No, my rant. So, I was listening to. Okay, so I guess could be a couple of rants. I was listening to a case today, and I got kind of aggravated because, well, it's the court case happened in December. There was supposed to be another hearing last week. Anyway, I just finished up listening to the court case, and a police officer was shot in the face. And what had happened was he had pulled over a vehicle that had 5 individuals in it,
Continue their defiance
and
against Ponsandi. This will not end
he
well
got
for
shot
them.
in the face.
Hero,
Now, he did
our pact with
survive,
Ponsandi still
and
stands. Send these
he probably put
misguided
food down the
souls
crack so Sky
back
would
to
chew
him.
it, then he could get a new chair. No, he didn't do that because he doesn't like getting, like, he likes his old stuff, and he really liked that chair, even though, like, all the stuffing was flat in the foot part and everything. Like, I couldn't even sit in it anymore to recline because, I feel like there's still a glare. The, it was just like putting your legs on a board, and yeah, ridiculous. And so I don't think he really did that. But anyway, I got to the part of the case where they came back with the verdict, and there was a bunch of charges, but one of the charges was attempted aggravated first degree murder, aggravated attempted first degree murder, something like that. It was worded, and they said that they were at an impasse. They could not determine whether or not the guy was guilty or not guilty. And as soon as I heard it, I got really mad because I was like, seriously, you know, this guy should, by all accounts, be dead. He's lucky he's not. And to me, it was pretty cut and dry. The evidence was pretty cut and dry. And I was talking to Emma and Mom about it, and I said, I bet there was one juror that hung out. I bet it was just one juror that caused it. And it was. It really was. And so it got me thinking because I don't know that I think it's right that one juror can hang it up to where you have to retry the whole thing. And seems to me because the police officer is writing a book, and he found out why that juror would not vote guilty on that. And his comment to the reporter he was talking to was that when you read my book and you read the part about why that juror wouldn't vote guilty, you will take the book and throw it out your window. So it must be something really stupid. And you know, I've never been on a crime case. I've been on a workman's comp case. It was a guy against a railroad, and I was the jury foreman, and we had one lady. I mean, so I understand how the holdups happen. We had one lady. We we figured out what happened, and and I had caught a couple of points in the testimony where I thought the guy was lying, and I thought he had said 2 different things, and then there was an engineer that happened to know how these machines worked and said, like, the way he described it couldn't have happened that way, and he explained how the whole thing worked to us, drew pictures and everything. So that was really nice. And this one lady, she was like, but I feel so sorry for him because he is hurt. And I said to her, yes, he has a prior injury that he got at a prior job that he had the same ability to go after them, which he did. He got a settlement. We were able to hear all of that. He had gotten a settlement from the previous injury, from his previous place of employment. However, he either spent all that money or whatever, but he had more things that he needed to have done or whatever. And I said, he's just trying to get money for that. I said, so you can feel sorry for him that he's hurt, but that doesn't mean we need to make the railroad pay for that because the railroad didn't do anything. And so luckily she became reasonable and, listened to what everybody had to say, and we talked it out and we answered all of her questions. And I'm beginning to think, though, that on something as important as something that violent, like why one person can hold it, and then you got to pay all that money, to, if you want to go after that charge again, to retry them, to possibly get the same result again, or worse, because, you might end up with a jury of several of those people instead of just one. So that kind of irritated me, and it got me to thinking about that. I understand why, serious charges, they want a unanimous jury, but people have a very different mindset these days. Some people do, in that you could really walk into, get picked as a juror, walk in there, and decide that there's no way in hell that you're voting that person guilty on anything, and there's really no check and balance to that. There's no, okay, well, why can't you just take that person out and bring in an alter? Like, I don't know. To me, it's a little aggravating, and I feel like we waste a lot of money on things like that. The other thing that kind of triggered me today was a YouTuber, that we all love. She put out a video about a missing girl today, and I went to watch it because Maria told me about it. She had seen that it was posted. So I was sitting there waiting for my daughter to get out of class, and I watched it, and I shared it and everything, and I just happened upon a comment that was at the bottom when I scrolled, because I had intended on making a comment. And what I read was, why was the parents, or why was the mother letting a 6-year-old get off the bus by herself? Okay, so here is this missing 6-year-old girl, and to me, it's not important to really be, blaming people at this point. To me, it would be more important to find the child, and then let law enforcement do whatever they're going to do. Now, just because the girl is 6 years old, and the report is that, she gets off the bus by herself, maybe she's got 5 other friends, or maybe she's got a 10-year-old friend that, gets off the bus. I mean, like, the information that's there doesn't say any of those things. So to make the assumption that, oh my God, these are horrible parents because they let their daughter get off the bus at 6 years old and walk home by herself. Well, maybe the bus drops her off right in front of the house. I didn't get any of that information out of that video to make an assumption like that. So I don't know if people just, like, have to get their idea out there, so they throw it on, in a comment, or if they even think about what they're saying. I really don't know. I don't think I've ever done this quest before.
Bones gonna serve us well.
But, it kind of makes me crazy that people, I don't know, I feel like people use other people's platform for their own intentions, and it's, kind of pissed me off. Just like these swatters are using other people's lives to, make themselves feel better about themselves or something.
It is like they wish to die. I can only hope their blood does not somehow fuel Gahoon.
Come on, quit spinning. Why am I in combat? Where am I going? Over here. And see, it looks like Nightbot. You guys have been talking, and then Nightbot comes along.
I have received word that a powerful enemy nearby wishes for your death. Show them no mercy.
Then you have all these people that they put these descriptions in their well, these titles for their videos, and they're like, you know, we're gonna talk about, you know, some new YouTube feature, or or oh my gosh, they're doing something with the ads again, or, you know, oh my gosh, the sky is falling. And then you go to listen to what they have to say, and you got to spend an hour and a half listening to them not talk about what you actually went there for. That aggravates me too. That actually happened to me tonight. And I really like the channel that I went to. But yet I went to a different channel. They had a title that said something about a new YouTube feature. Have you heard about the new YouTube feature? And so I went to see what it was, and like, I don't know, probably 2 minutes in, she's already saying what it is, and that her channel is, you know, most of these new things, they kind of beta test them and they roll them out on certain channels, and then they, you know, then they'll kind of roll them out on some more channels, and it's kind of cool. But I was really happy that she went right into that, because, you know, I have stuff to do, but I wanted to see what it was. And evidently they're rolling out on some channels the ability to super chat on uploaded videos, but from what she said, you can only do it from a computer, so you can't do it from a mobile phone or a tablet or anything. Oh, Mrs. Roger Rabbit, I didn't know you were around. I think it's hinky that she was seen at 3:44, then is missing at 3:45, but the police aren't called in until 5. Well, okay, so one of the things that I try not to jump to conclusions about that is, because honestly, we've seen movies where this has happened, right? Where, like, a kid's gone missing, and sometimes they're based on real life things. And I don't know. I would think if you couldn't find your child, the first thing you do would be look for them, right? Like, I don't know that your first reaction is, oh my gosh, I gotta call the police, because let's think about this too. Yes, you want to find your child, but you like to think, oh, they just went outside to play, or they're just at the neighbor's house, or, I mean, you know, so you're gonna start trying to find them, and you're gonna go to, hey, have you seen my kid? Have you seen my kid? I thought maybe they went outside to play. Have you seen my kid? And, you know, I don't know. I've got like 50 houses in my subdivision. That's gonna take a little bit of time to knock on everybody's door and ask them if they've seen your kid. Because then if you call the police, I mean, we all know what happens if you call the police. Then, you know, they start treating you like you've done something, and they're not going to run out there and start looking for your kid. It's not the way that operates. Where if you just go out and start looking for your kid, you have a better opportunity of finding them than, you know, going through all the police red tape to get anything happening. So I can understand it's the time issues. No. Well, I have to be honest, okay? If my kid was outside when my child was... Okay, so I was in 2 different houses when my children were 6. When my son was 6, he wasn't outside at all without me because, you know, we were on a state street, and you know what those state streets are like. So, no. and we had a fenced-in front and backyard, and he was never outside without us out there. Did I look at him every second? No, I might have been reading a book or, but I was right there with him. My daughter here at this house, yeah, I would let both of the kids go out in the backyard and, quite honestly, the front yard, and I wasn't watching them. However, my son was 4.5 years older, so he would have been 10 at the time, so he obviously would have been able to run and tell somebody something. Maybe. I mean, I don't know where they got the 344 to 345. If it's from the mother, I mean, she could be panicked. I mean, I'm sorry. I don't want to just... my daughter didn't leave my side at that age, but we had parental issues then. If she was in the backyard, I probably checked on her every 20 seconds or so. Yeah, see, if I had been at my other house, like that, she would have never been outside without me. But my daughter, just like my son, but she was 2.5 when we moved to this house, and
mic off, mic on.
And at 2.5, over here, she didn't go out in the front yard then, but she played in the backyard with her brother. I mean, and I would be in the room where I could look out the window to check on them, but I wasn't out there with them all the time. But, it's a different area too. Minutes, not seconds. Yeah, I know what you meant.
Warriors
but,
of the Forge,
20 seconds is still not 1 second.
Threat near you. Eliminate it to relieve their burden.
I don't know. I'm just not so quick to jump on the, let's attack the parent. First of all, I'd rather find the darn kid first, I would rather people focus their effort on finding the kid. Like, instead of making your comment, I hope I'm not going to die here. No, I should be able to kill this. Focus on finding the kid. Share the video out with everybody, and, make your snide comment later. I don't know. Nobody gives anybody the benefit of the doubt ever anymore, it seems. And that kind of is getting aggravating, because it's like everybody wants to attack this person, or no, it's this person, and then they're fighting with each other about it. But the timing thing, honestly, until there's more information, it could just be that, like, she thinks she just looked at her kid, and maybe it wasn't a second. Maybe, maybe it was actually 5 minutes. But, sometimes, how time is. Like, you lose track of it, and you think you blinked, and, like, we're at lunch at work, and we're like, I'm reading one sentence, and then all of a sudden 15 minutes disappeared. Well, it happens to the best of us. So, I mean, I like to not, right off the bat, start attacking a mom.
Always hungry for food
and
offerings. Perhaps you can.
I'm more concerned with finding the kid.
Nearby.
So spend all your effort getting the word out there, going and looking for the kid, whatever. And I could see looking for your kid for an hour before you call the police. I can't tell you how many, true crime shows I've seen on ID, like, where, these are stories that actually happened, where, the parents like, well, my kid was supposed to go to the store, and then, like, I know it only takes 20 minutes, and then 45 minutes later, I hadn't heard from them, and I tried calling, I couldn't get a hold of them, so I got in the car, and I drove, right? I drove to look for them. Their first reaction wasn't, oh, I gotta call the cops. I mean, because, honestly, the last thing you want to do is think, oh my God, something terrible has happened, and I really need to call cops. And I know that a lot of people that are in the true crime community, like, they're seeing all this terrible thing, all the terrible things that these mothers do to their kids, and all these terrible things that the fathers do to their kids, and the fact that these fathers wipe out their whole families, and then sometimes they kill themselves, and sometimes they don't. That would sound a lot more realistic to me. I'm hoping she just doesn't want trolls saying anything to her. Just feels like a lie when you say that they've gone missing in a minute. Right, but it could be her perception that only a minute had gone by. I mean, I can't, I don't know. Of course, none of us do, because we weren't there. But if she's really concerned about her kid and she's upset and everything else, at the point at which they find her child and, hope to God that her child is fine, I guarantee you she's not going to let that child out of her sight for quite a long time because that happened. If you didn't look for the child right away, you would waste so much time waiting for the police. Exactly. I mean, if my daughter, she's supposed to be back at 7:45. I mean, she's 14. She's out there in the neighborhood with the kids, right? They're all out there playing. She told me whose house she's going to. She might not be at that house. I mean, this is the child that lies to me and tells me, she's at one house and she's at, the person's house 3 doors down that she's not supposed to be at. But I'll tell you what, if she's not here at 7:45 and I tried to call her and she didn't answer the phone, like, I would really, literally go get in my Jeep and start driving the neighborhood. My first instinct wouldn't be, to call the police. I mean, I can't imagine that's anybody's really first instinct. And who wants to call the police? Because some places you're going to wait an hour for the cops to get there anyway. You may as well spend that hour going and looking for your kid because maybe you find them, in that amount of time, and then you don't even have to bother the police with it. Oh, mine did that too. Teenage girl sigh. I would jump in the car and look through the neighborhood. Right. Because look, even the 2 times that the police have been around with my daughter, one because she wouldn't leave the person's house, and the first time because she wouldn't come home, both times the police said it's very common for children this age to be doing this, right? And so I don't know. I wouldn't want my first thought to think, oh my God, something terrible. Of course you kind of would have that thought in your head, but you wouldn't want that to be the truth. Oh my God, somebody's taking your kid or whatever. Now, granted, there's a huge difference between a 14-year-old and a 6-year-old, but I mean, still, it's the same principle. I would be running around like a chicken with my head cut off trying to find her instead of calling the police and waiting for all that, because the police, well, sometimes the police here don't have any, in our district, doesn't really have a whole lot to do, but there's a lot of house burglaries right now going on, so I would have a feeling it would take them a little bit of time to get here. And in that time, it's likely I could find her. Because, she's probably, hiding somewhere in the neighborhood because she wants to stay out longer. God knows what. Uh-oh, the Bryan clan is driving. Okay. No more fender benders. Just listen. You don't have to type or anything until later. So, yeah, I'm not quick to jump on the mother in this instance. I have no idea about the surrounding story. I haven't looked up anything and read it. I've literally only watched Carolyn's video. I mean, I know she always gives good and accurate information from what she, from the sources that she uses, whatever news media she's using, but I can't just jump on a bandwagon and go, oh my gosh, how terrible is this mom for letting her kid play in the front yard by herself? Or, you know, because there were several comments, and I'm like, okay, the kid is missing. You know, beat the mom about the head later after the child is found, right? Don't beat the mom about the head right now. Unless she's doing something to hinder finding her kid. The timing thing rubbed me the wrong way, but that's ridiculous. She is 6, not 2. Right. 6-year-olds know how to walk away, run inside, or scream, or... Right. I mean... The problem is, and I have found this as a parent, your kids, they want to get out there and they want to play with their friends because there's always kids in the neighborhood that can do whatever they want, right? And your kid wants to also be one of those kids, and you want to... I have one, a ring, and it lets us know immediately. Oh, yeah. But, I know it's difficult to try to protect them. Our instinct is to not let them have any freedom, but we kind of have to give them some freedom. And you know, honest to goodness, it should be safe for a kid who is, you know, of school age to play in their front yard. Don't waste your money on a ring. They let you know after someone has been at your door, not when someone is there. Full minute. By then, someone could get in. Oh. In Asian countries, a 6-year-old is perfectly capable of looking at youngins and cooking a meal. Right? That's true. Seriously, Eminem Mama, I'm so mad at mine right now. I think I got a defective one then. I'm switching to a Simply Safe. Yeah, Eminem Mama, she gets notified when her husband goes to walk the dogs. It's pretty funny. She's like, he must have been napping.
I hope that is enough to sate Loa's appetite. For now.
I hope so too. I get that from my Simply Safe cameras. My ring waits. Huh. I don't know anything about them because I don't have one yet. You can adjust the sensitivity on them. Did you try that? Oh, listen to Techie Eminem Mama. Mm-hmm. That was with sarcasm, if you couldn't tell. She knows everything about the ring, but she can't operate other technology. Okay. How long in? We're only 35 minutes in, and I lost chat. It's a little aggravating. I wish it was. Try again. Yeah, it's not reconnecting the chat at all. That's aggravating. It's the only problem with this software. Where are we going? To the pits? It's the pits. So, Mrs. Roger Rabbit, I should tell you before I forget that the thing this week is if you do 20...
A
I
group
don't know, what do
of
we get
goblin
for...
prospectors has been trapped by the undead. We must free them.
Where is it? Now, I tracked that quest and it... no, the world awaits. The world awaits. But what do we get? Oh, 1,000 war resources. That's pretty hefty. It's a shame it's not something good. Oh, I've done this one before. It should be easy. We're gonna go walking in the tar. Let's see. I don't recommend them from my experience. I went through and reset all my cameras today, uninstalled the Ring app, and it's going back. Hubby is in IT. If he can't make it work, it won't work. Eminem Mama, hey, watch it. I learned about the Ring from my techie son. I think she's yelling at me. You know, like I said. Mrs. Roger Rabbit says, I'm having a rough week. I haven't been able to play for more than a few minutes at a time. I have to sit up play. Yeah, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you're having a rough week. I figured you were having a rough week because, you weren't messaging anything like you normally do. Wyo surprised me last night. You should probably take a look at that stream because I got him killed, and it wasn't even on purpose, which is unusual because, you know, usually we mess with each other and it's on purpose, but this was completely unintended, and I got him killed. And he should have known better because he knows how I am. I was mounted and we were doing world quests, and I had been dying, so he was coming to help me, and I swooped in on the boss, like I did like this, right? And you know how like you can go back up, and then if the aggro, he's like, as soon as I swooped in, he says, no, it's got 4.5 million health points. And I was like, oh, okay, and I flew up. Well, he wasn't mounted, so it whapped on him and killed him. But I did think it was funny. Worst anniversary we have had so far. I was so over yesterday. I was in bed before Carolyn came on. Well, she wasn't on very long, so she must have gotten on late anyway. I gotta get one more prospector. I think I don't know if J-Bells is wearing her out or she's wearing J-Bells out, but it seems like they're getting all wore out. And I think Carolyn's frustrated that they can't get back in the house. Oh no, what? I think Carolyn's live was only like an hour or 20 minutes last night. I thought that's what it said. I mean, I listened to it, but I didn't pay attention how long it was, but it seemed pretty quick. But I thought it said hour 20. Are you talking about the oh no on Wyo? Yeah. Oh my god, it was hilarious. I mean, I was like shiitake mushroom and everything, and oh my god, I was dying and I was pissed, and people were You know how when people run among a bunch of mobs and then they de-aggro them, and then if they encounter anybody on the way, they get on you? Yeah, that's what was going on, and I was pissed. Inconsiderate idiots. But they were all getting a kick out of me last night. And then Janelle Keene told me I need to hum in the beginning of all my streams because... Now, she said this last night, and I kept thinking, I didn't hum last night. Did I hum? No, I saw she made a comment on a thing from... When did I say it was from? The 8th or something. And at the very beginning of that, I was like... I had the starting soon screen up, and I was humming like the circus song. Like the Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus. That's actually what I was humming. And she's like, you should hum in the beginning of every one of them. She was feisty last night, Eminem Mom said. I was feisty last night, but you guys still haven't seen anything yet. I mean, Wyo has seen me at my dead worst in this game. Because he's PvP with me, and it's bad. It is really bad. Raiding is bad enough when we have idiots that can't follow directions.
Yes, you did well, champion. I can feel Azeroth recovering her strength. Thanks to you.
But I was doing new content that I hadn't done before, and they send you back to Vale of Eternal Blossoms, and everything is 120, but you know, it's like stepped up 120s. It's not like the 120s over here, so you know, I don't quite have the gear, and so I was being a little gung-ho because I was trying to talk and play, and
you are never going to find
I
a
was
better deal.
trying to figure stuff out, and I was dying and frustrated, and I guess it made for good entertainment. The Unshackled. I'm not doing that, and I'm not doing the pet. Do all the rest of them. I'm not doing that. Janelle Keene said that she's gonna start streaming Twitch and PS4. So I'm guessing she's gonna stream PS4 games on Twitch. I'm guessing is what she's planning on doing. She was looking for a name, and Lisa gave her actually a good idea for a name. At least she liked it anyway. I had no idea she played the PS4. But I am seriously thinking about doing... You know, I looked at D-Live, and I don't think I can make D-Live look like what I want it
have been
to.
infused with Azerite and are
So
going
if I'm gonna do the party stream like Party Friday or whatever, I'm probably gonna have to do it on Twitch, which is fine. I've streamed on Twitch. I don't have a problem with that. And you basically just flip-flop what account you're logged into on your software. So now why did that was dumb of me. I didn't get the power out before I mined it. That's a little better. You were live? I must have gone to bed earlier than I thought. Yeah, I was live, like, came home, I ate dinner, I had an issue with the stream. My camera wasn't showing for whatever reason in the box. The box was there, but my camera wasn't showing, and yeah. So it was probably closer to, well, it was what, maybe 6:15, 6:30, I don't know, somewhere in there before I got on. I know it was after 6 because Lisa said that, you know, she was turning into a pumpkin because I ran past midnight. So, yeah, I guess you did go to bed early. Which is fine if you slept. Because, you know, if you needed the sleep, that's fine. Is there no water in there? No, she got out. That's where all the water went, in her belly. Ow, gosh, something's itching my leg. Okay. Need to find some of those. Guess we're going for the big guy. I had taken Unisom and tucked myself into bed before hubby got home. He brought me home tulips. I got them this morning. He brought me an orchid tonight. Oh, that was sweet. I'm offering my husband a tore-up chair tonight. Not that I did it, but the escape artist. Samantha's like, oh my gosh, Dad's gonna kill me. I'm like, no, he is not going to kill you. I'll call him. And I will warn him. It's not your fault. You locked her up. She got out. Here. Wait a minute. We're going to do dinner this weekend. This week is chaotic enough already. Mine is at a volunteer meeting. Your husband? My husband's at work, but when Samantha, I don't think you were here yet. I'm guessing you weren't here yet. Maybe. Skylar got out of the cage while she was at school. While Samantha was at school and tore up my husband's chair. Pretty good. I mean, give her credit. If she's gonna do it, she does it right, evidently. But she didn't go to the bathroom in the house, so I guess there's one victory to one not victory. But, you know. I mean, I needed to replace that chair anyway. My husband was the only one attached to it. Oh well, that's a good girl. Right. I kind of feel like I'd rather her tear up his nasty ass chair than go to the bathroom in the house anyway. I mean, I don't know. We just have a little bit of a learning curve here, and he gets mad for a moment, and then she hugs him at night and licks his face, and, you know, he gets over it. Because he keeps trying to blame me. You're the one that wanted to get this other dog. Can I borrow her for a few days? I have a couple of pieces of furniture I want gone. Sure. We're gonna take her and Lemon to, Virginia. Of course, that's not the right direction, but I'm sure we could make a trip down to Texas and you could borrow her for a day or two. You could babysit her for a day or two. The thing is, I can't even get mad at her. I mean, I could literally, as much as I think I would be pissed off, I could come home and she could have eaten the legs off the dining room table, and I don't think I could be extremely mad at her, because she's, I don't know. I don't know what she's been through, so that's part of it, I think. But she's got such a sweet temperament, and she's just, you know, she's just doing what comes natural to her.
Shame that Azerite is driving the elements out of control.
You really don't want
More
to
reason
become
for us to be
here.
putting an
Mine
end
will
to
teach
this.
her to yap. Oh no. Did you set up Patreon, the Bryant clan? No. No, I'm sorry. I have not. The problem is I have to set up a new bank account before I set up all that stuff, and I haven't sat down to take the time to do that. Because I can't commingle it with, you know, my normal banks, because when I do, particularly for PayPal, because it's too easy for people to pull back their money, and I don't want them doing it out of my... Oh, I'm on the next quest. Problem is, I have all these things going on. I have videos I want to make. I haven't even been able to start any of them. I got stuff in the game I'm trying to get done. I have a true crime on Saturday that I just finished listening to a case that I want to talk about.
Into something
and
more
I have no idea what
interesting.
Maria wants to talk about, so I have to prep for that. No, we're still waiting for her to do that at Bryan Clan tax purposes. Okay, taxes. Yeah. And just I need to keep it not commingled with my money, because I would rather know that if I order something to pay for it out of that account, you know, I'm buying stream stuff with it, and you know, or you know, program for the stream or whatever. I wholeheartedly intend to do it, but problem is, you know, I have to keep getting views and content to try to keep pushing to get more views out and get the stuff shared out, and it's like, I can only imagine how bad it is for somebody like Carolyn, who has so many subscribers and like all these people you're trying to satisfy. You can't do it. Well, you know, I work a full-time job, so I certainly can't do it on top of everything else. You want to track that income separately too, it'd be easier for taxes. Yeah. We had a rescue that was an escape artist and liked to chew right after we got her. After a few months, she just stopped and became the best dog. See, that's just it. So I think there is some kind of learning curve here among us and the dogs, because like Lemon has become so exhausted from in the building. In which building? I think it's on the other side, maybe? No, is it in? I'm confused. It can't be in there. Oh, click the portal to Najatar? What am I? Oh, really? I'm going to Najatar? Wait a minute. Before I say that again, let's see. Leave 25 to 30% in that account. It should cover any taxes you get charged. What are you looking for? Oh, yeah. So I think what's going on here is, so Lemon's getting exhausted because he's playing so hard with her, and they play tug of war, and I swear it looks like one of their necks are going to snap, but they're just having a grand old time. But she is wearing him out, and then she's still not wore out, and she likes to chew. So when everybody else is settled down, she has to have something to chew on, which is fine. But then, because I think she's still in that puppy mentality, she gets bored with the same thing every day. So she's got to, you got to change it up. Although she really seems to like this big bone. But because there's still a lot of flavor to it. So we've been buying all these things. Like, I just bought some kind of new fandangled, sophisticated, I don't know, it's supposed to have bacon smell in the middle of it or something, and a squeaker and all these things. And she hasn't messed with it. Lemon has. Of course, Lemon just wanted to get to the smell in the middle of it. But I just think we're all in this learning curve. You know, Lemon's gotten very possessive of things. Sometimes, just certain things. And then, she doesn't, she doesn't really care, but she wasn't barking when we first got her, and now she barks. She barks at stuff outside, and she, does whatever that noise is that her and Lemon do when they're wrestling and stuff. But she doesn't bark other than that. So I'm guessing there's some bit of learning curve here that we're experiencing, and that eventually everything will, everybody will figure out what they're supposed to be doing. Just like she was getting up in the bed with us and sleeping, but the last few nights, I don't know if she got too warm being in the bed with us or what, but the last few nights she's been sleeping on the floor on her doggy pillow, and Lemon has just been sprawled out between Donald and I, just like as happy as a lark and passed out to the nines. So I'm sure it'll all, work itself out eventually. If the weather gets better, it will help because it'll be easier to take her for a walk. Honest to goodness, she's so strong. And here's another thing. You go to take her. I go to just to take her outside. Oh my God, she tries to take off running, and I can hardly hold her. I'm gonna end up on the floor with her. Where my husband, he just stands there and he holds the leash on his head, and she just runs around in a great big old circle. I'm like, well, I can't do that. He was working out there the other day, and he had the two of them hooked up out there so they could be out there with him, and evidently they had a grand old time with that. But oh, a puzzle! I haven't done one of these in a really long time. I just need to turn a way that it won't. Are you serious? Really? Where are these things coming from? Everybody is... What the... What's wrong with you people? Where in the hell did you come from? Oh, that idiot probably brought him. Dumbass. Oh, somebody is attacking me through the wall. Do you see that? How does that even happen? Okay. What am I supposed to do? Oh yeah. This is the one I'm not too good at. I think this is a really big one. Maybe go outside this. And this could go here. That could go here. Oh, wow. Okay. I guess I did good. What'd I get? What'd I get? I got... That's... Might be. Yeah. That's what I'm putting on yet. And here I'm sitting here thinking, I had set my vitamin on my plate, and I don't even know if I took the vitamin. That's pretty sad. I might have thrown it out. Oh, and I got something good in the mail today. I got Troy's boot camp graduation videos came in today.
The priestesses of Elune never bowed to Ajara.
I can't watch it on this
for their defiance.
This one
Grant
doesn't have a
the
DVD
peace
player.
they were denied.
I have to watch it on my other one. Kill 3 downed oracles. Okay. Bunch of whiners.
Ajara demands that her subjects worship her above all others. Her prideful vanity will be her downfall.
Can I do anything for you? Hold on.
Ooh, can we watch it work? I don't know if it might have a DVD player on it, maybe. But I don't have any I don't have any sound without an earbud on my computer. On lunch, of course. Why? Everybody else would be watching it on the paid time. We could do it in the morning, there's nobody there. Except for somebody else who does their hair. Oh, this, I gotta wait for them to respond.
Perhaps your continued survival has made you complacent. A test of your resilience is in order.
Okay. Ooh, this is a 1 million boss. I might should have waited. Today, bacon though, that was killer because that bacon smelled really good this morning. People, I hope if you didn't tag this guy, you're gonna like have to wait for him to respawn, and I won't be here to help you.
Such perseverance. A noble trait that will be bent to serve my will.
Yeah, don't get me started on that rant, Eminem Mama.
If there's one thing I've learned about dealing with Naga, it's that you have to strike decisively. Let's get to it.
Okay, Mr. Turtle Man. What are we doing? We're slaying the Naga forces. I don't see any Naga forces. I see dead. I see dead Naga everywhere I look. Uh-oh. Must have went out of the boundary. Let's see. Well, thank you very much, ma'am. What, everybody's just coming out of the woodwork. Trying to kill me. Okay, so before I go, I'll let some of these respawn, maybe. I want you guys to look at these other screens for this. Now, I know we have the pink, or whatever you want to call it. This, let's see. This is the intermission screen. I did turn the camera off of it, because obviously if I'm getting up to go to the bathroom, I don't want my video playing on a dead chair, and Lord knows what the dogs would come in and do. And there's the starting soon screen, and those change colors just like the I think the same colors, you pick the same colors between for each one of those windows. And then maybe tomorrow I'll try a new one. I got a ton of world quests to do. If I have to do 20, each one that I have them opened up on to get those resources, this will be time consuming. You need to give them water. You left here and there's like no water. She evidently drank it when she got out of jail. Now, I'll be honest, the first time I came over here, I couldn't kill these things by myself. Wyo and I had to double team this area. Oh my gosh, I just got a toy! Woot for me! $20 worldwide or 20 in a specific area. 20 world quests in the BFA, any BFA area. Has to be current content. Samantha? Oh, hang on a second.
Mic off. Mic on.
Okay, she just informed me that I took my vitamins, so I couldn't even remember. Let's see what my toy is I got. Really, it changes my weapon to look like that? That's ugly. Well, it's still another in the collection. Hello? Shoot, come down here. Thank you. That looks terrible on a hunter. Can I get rid of it? Yeah. My bow looks much better. Boom! I feel like something's not right with me. Look at me. Look at me. I'm being corrupted. Look at me. Look at me. All that blue? I bet that's from the corrupted gear I have on. What the hell? I know that I heard that it could be detrimental to have corrupted gear on, but my god. I didn't know it was going to make us look like a freak.
Not bad. You remind me of a young...
Me!
Young me.
Pish posh. Alright. Next quest. Oh, hell, there's a world boss, too. Oh, I think that's the water. Hi, baby! What? You need to go to the bathroom? Well, go tell Samantha. She's on doggy duty. She didn't get any chores done today, but she says she did a lot of schoolwork. I haven't looked at it yet. Let's see. Ooh, this was a very rough area. Let's see. Somebody. What? She didn't answer you? Well, where is she? I swear he, like, understands what I'm saying to him. He just went in there to me.
Easy prey.
Not really. Not anymore, I'm not. Except champion. Oh, I wonder if she needs to spawn or something. Or is it here or there? Hang on.
Mic off. Mic on.
Oh, evidently she didn't eat. She's eating now. Where is this? Oh, it spawns in numerous places. Yep. I ain't got time to mess with that. Which one is that? Champion. Okay, we're getting rid of that one. Because I'm not following around somebody that might not be there. Last time Wyo and I had a devil of a time finding her. I know, sweetheart, but she says she's eating, and then she'll take you out, and you'll be fine. I know, there's probably something running around out there, isn't there? I know. It's okay. And why don't you have your harness on?
Welcome, land dweller. We've got your...
Huh? Daddy didn't put your harness on today? You have holes, zombie. No, 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 no. It's corruption. So it's not holes. It's It's actually like from the inside out. So Donald doesn't like to put the harness on Lemon, but Lemon needs to have his harness on because he pulls way too hard at his leash and it pulls on his collar, and I don't want him hurting his neck. So he has a harness. Actually has 2 harnesses. And Donald doesn't like to leave him in his harness because Skylar takes him and picks him up by the harness. And I told him, I said, Donald, it's like having toddlers, right? You're supposed to supervise them. If you watch them, that doesn't happen. I said, because it doesn't happen when I'm here. I said, and Lemon runs around with it all the time. And she never picks him up like that when I'm here.
The Naga have summoned an enormous beast from the depths. Slay it before it can reach our encampment.
I hate this one. He does a lot of crap on the ground. I know, baby.
The Naga have summoned an enormous beast from the depths.
You probably only have to wait
Slay
5
it before
minutes.
it can reach our encampment.
Who cares if it's dead? Somebody's already attacking him? How many hit points does he have now? Oh. Oh, hell. He's nowhere near the difficult thing he used to be. Lemon. Calm down. Hi, Gizmo. You're looking for food, I know. Always looking for some kind of treat. I'll give you one after you guys go out. I could have zoomed out if you guys wanted to see the ugly thing that we're killing. Yeah.
Well,
all that
champion.
for 59
we will
gold.
Never yield to Ajara, no matter how many monsters she pits against us.
I need to get up in the air before I leave. Oh, I can wait 21 seconds for the whistle. Yes? Are you trying to play hide and seek? Are you? Okay! I told you, she's going to get done and she's going to take you out. I'm quite sure it's probably a squirrel. And I'm sure the squirrel will still be there. Both of you two knuckleheads. Lie to.
I'm getting angry. Go.
Why are you getting angry? All I did was ask you to use your bird. So, Mrs. Roger Rabbit, what are you doing tonight? And are you better today than you were yesterday? And I want to see a picture of your tulip or whatever. Thanks. I'm home. Dinner time. Have a good night. Alright, the Bryan clan. Have a great one. Enjoy your dinner. I will see you next time. Oh, let's see. Now where are we going? Deep coil cleansing.
Whatever Ajara is planning, it
I
can't
hear
be
you.
good. Stop those Naga in their, tracks.
I have to get through the rocks. Uh-oh. God bless it. I'm really good at pulling the world, I'll tell you. I know, Lemon. Can you let me kill this, please? All you want to do is whine at me. Now I'm gonna die. I couldn't even hit the button in time. See what you did? She's gonna take you out in a minute. Was hitting me pretty hard. I should have looked to see what it was. Go find my body. People, don't be dragging your shites to me, please. We'll be breaking out the shiitake mushrooms again. Laying here doing nothing. I cut some paper for flowers earlier. It's a take it easy day. Good. Very good. Saturday, definitely doing a 10 o'clock. I know you're normally in bed till noon. I'm just letting you know. True crime. My gosh, all that, a death, and I only have two things that I did not get a hit in on that. It almost pulls out a shiitake mushroom. Maybe half of one. Oh, Nightbot's reminding us to hit the thumbs up, folks. Share out the stream. Hit the subscribe and the bell. And somebody help me find. There they are. There's one. Where is he? Oh, there he is. Oh yes, let's kill her. Somebody's gonna walk into her. What is her? Oh, she's only got 1,000,000 health. We got this! Popping the cooldowns. Interrupt. Somebody better interrupt that one because mine's on cooldown. Got that one. No! Shoot, too bad I didn't get that one tagged. I could have gotten a little purple ball off of it. Yes, Lemon. I'm gonna talk to her in a minute. Nightbot, I already did. Go away. Nightbot loves you. I think that Nightbot is not my best friend. I'm beginning to think Nightbot is your best friend. Oh man, my inventory's full. There's a toy. There's another toy. Man, you guys are bringing me some luck. Look at that. Another toy. Place a warning sign that lasts for 1 minute. A message can be carved in. Oh, it's like the other ones. 2 toys today. Wyo will be jealous. Hang on, I want to see if Samantha's almost done.
Mic off. Mic on.
Okay. Oh, shit! That's the one thing that I think killed me. I don't want them. What is that? I still need... God, I still need 6 things? Oh, you brought the bone in here, lady? Don't get in my chair, whatever you do. I see nobody's coming after your bone either. She's still got quite a huge chunk of it still, so it must be lasting her pretty good. Guess we'll try for this one. Nope, 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 nope. God bless him, mother. I hate these things. God bless it, I was out of it. Kick your God bless it. They'll be back. Somebody had some serious business out there to do. All that for naught, because I didn't kill it. Should probably repair.
I have many lucky doos. You like?
I
May
feel
your
like
feet
I don't
find
understand
good
why
rails.
all these things are not. There used to be a ton of things in here, and we would just die and die and die. And now I can't even hardly find them to kill. Is that a... Is that... Well, I got 5 purple balls. Go away, Alliance scum.
My queen.
I got nothing off of her.
Perish, Landwalker!
This is ridiculous. That stuff still hurts pretty good. All of that work for one purple ball. It doesn't hardly seem worth it. What time is it? It's 8:08. You know where their children are? One at a time would be nice. Eight. Well, you're on the wrong team. Shara sucks. Well. One more. Yes!
Even thinking about what the Naga are planning makes my shell crawl. Thanks for dealing with them.
You're welcome, Mr. Turtle Toki. There's some pretty rays down here. Lemon, what do you got? Lemon, are you on her bone? She's gonna kick your butt when she comes in. Lemon! Are you messing with her big old bone? I thought Samantha gave you a knuckle. Where am I going? How many more do I have? 2 more. The knuckle's gone? They ate it? Did she just have it? Or did they hide it? He was eating it, really? Oh. Golly. What? Oh. Well, he's all over that big bone now, and we have to make sure he doesn't try to hoard it, because it's not even his. Laylocked chest. Oh, maybe this is another puzzle. Maybe it's the, like, good puzzle. Like, shoot. Oh, where's the door? Yes. It isn't. Golly. Where in the heck did you come from? That was weird. Nothing like having a flying cow come out of the air when you come out of a quest. Oh, where are we going now? No, we'll fly over there. What is this? Oh, the turn in. So I think I have 2 more quests. There's gotta be a flight path here. Somewhere. Where is it? Right here. Very hard to see. Red in a sea of red. Where is it? Not you. There you
We
are.
share what we've got.
Oh, share alike. That sounds like a good philosophy. We're surrounded by water. Why is it saying I'm in combat? Thank you. Sorry, Tiger, I'm signing off for the night. Gotta pay attention to my kids. See you in the AM. Yep, go play with your kiddos. I'll see you in the morning.
A band of Naga slavers has invaded the area. Tear those snakes apart!
Thank you. So, Mrs. Roger Rabbit, did you see my other 2 screens? Nobody said anything about them, so I didn't know if anybody had an opinion. The intermission screen and the... Well, I started the one with the starting soon screen. I need to do something to him, but I don't know what. Yeah, you like it? Okay. It changes. I can do the same colors like that that we tried out on the. Oh, really? Where in the? You guys just came in here like that was no. Really, that's not nice. You can change the colors like you can on the window around the camera. So I figured when I change color, I'll change it on all of them, all 3 screens. There's some other ones I'm probably going to try to see what they look like. Let's see. Defeat 3 Naga waves. That was 1 wave. Is that what that's called? That was 3 of them. Breaking glass everywhere. Come on. I need 2 more rounds. I guess they come out after you kill the tadpole collector things. Oh, here they come. What was that? Oh, that's you bouncing that bone on the floor, nonetheless. So my son must be having a good time because I'm not hearing as much from him. What is that? Ooh. I can charge the elemental essence amalgamator with the power of fire. I hope that's a good thing. take down Naga. I bet they have him pretty busy. Except he's a Marine, so he's not really getting jobs. Like, he's doing Firewatch, but he told me this morning that he was really happy because okay, so the company he was in, he's not in anymore. He's in a different company now, and he's on the other side of the base from where he was originally. He didn't send me a picture of his bed yet. But he said they're marching again, and so evidently that makes him happy.
You're a sight for sore eyes.
So I guess he's marching and working out, and I'm sure they had more debriefing. He moved Monday. So I'm guessing he had another 2 days of debriefing like he did the last time, probably. So I asked him if they were going to have some sort of job, and he said no. And then I had to assume that's because it's an army base and he's a Marine. So I guess that's possible. I don't know.
You waiting for a welcome mat?
What does that say? Well, probably when I got here I should have picked up my helper. That would have helped. Do they go on Westpac and Pac X with the Navy, or do they have separate training? Okay, so I don't know what you just said, and I don't know what trainings are there, but I will tell you this. We were told that that the military does not duplicate training. So they like, if the army base has the training for whatever job, then pretty much everybody goes to the army base to get trained. If it's a Navy base, they go to Navy base. If it's a Marine base, it's a Marine base. So that's what we were told at boot camp. Now, I don't know anything for sure, to be honest. I don't have a clue. I guess I'm going back now. And I'll have to do... Oh, 4 more quests. Let's do this. We can do that. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I didn't do any of the ones that I needed to. Okay. We'll do these. No, we'll do the fancy one. Love is in the air. Oh my gosh, and that's going on, and I have been slacking on that too. It runs through the 22nd. Okay. Those hearts are so distracting. Oh my gosh. I love the Love is in the Air event though. I just have so much to do. I'm trying to get the rep up so that I can take you to Mechagon. This is the problem. I'm trying to do YouTube. I'm trying to do the game. I'm trying to do my life. And trying to do... This is why Patreon isn't set up yet. But okay. My son's stuff came in today, though, that I ordered to have my parents take to him.
Speak up!
Where are we going, Dress
Get
Bar?
moving!
I got 80 flavor powder packs of Pedialyte that he asked for, and then these some kind of smash mallow bars. I don't know, some kind of like Rice Krispie treat thing. Anyway, there's 4 boxes of them. So maybe they'll last him a moment. See, and that's how good Skylar is. Like, Lemon was literally eating on her bone, and she waited for him to go get a drink, and then she just sauntered in here, picked up the bone, and took it off. She doesn't fight the boys for anything. She just waits her turn.
Tortolan begins its life amidst great
That's why I know she's not like tearing up stuff on
beach.
purpose. She's just
Defend them
bored.
as they make for the
She's
safety of the
doing that
ocean.
because that's what there is to do.
Well, aren't you a spry young thing?
Damn it! Cheating bird. A turtle made it to the water.
A turtle made it to the water.
They assign him to a ship. Yeah, he's not gonna get assigned to a ship. I can tell you that right now. He's doing his MOS right now, and once he gets done with that, he won't be assigned to a ship. Life gets busy sometimes. Just do you and everything else will fall into place like it's supposed to be. Yeah. But you know, we talk about this quite often about
A turtle made
what
it
people
to the
expect
water.
out of YouTubers. And it doesn't matter if your channel has 2 people or 25 million people. You know, people still think that, you know, you're supposed to be there all the time for them.
Thank you, hero.
It's just like I feel bad when I'm in other people's I'm watching other people's live streams, and you know, like all of a sudden somebody blurts out, "Oh my gosh, you know, I lost my truck and my cow died," and I mean, you know, like just they're talking about depressing stuff, and maybe what the person whose channel it is, you know, talking about or what's going on has absolutely nothing to do with that, and it's like some really big upbeat thing, and then and they feel obligated to acknowledge that person and then say, "I'm sorry." I mean, I do understand that most people are empathetic to people having, you know, coming upon hard times or having, you know, tragic things happen. But what happened to my? How did my? Okay, this is not good. How did this happen? this something very weird just happened. Do you see, like, somehow I'm on marksmanship. I mean, I'm supposed to be on marksmanship, and somehow I'm on beast mastery, and I can't switch specs. Like, what the hell happened? It's ridiculous. But I know a lot of people feel, well, I mean, let's face it, if you're a YouTuber that's making money, and people are supporting you and they're giving you money, you do kind of feel obligated to acknowledge if they're having a rough day or whatever. But on the flip side, see, why are we on Beast Mastery? I don't have Beast Mastery set up. There we go. But at least now it's going to let me change. Something weird happened. That was very weird. You know, it almost puts
it is good to see
the YouTuber in the position of, you're damned if you do and damned if you don't. And then, you know, you see people that get, you know, they help people, and then they get in trouble because, well, you helped this person, you didn't help me, and and it's like, well, you know, that's only one person. How are they supposed to help everybody? You know, if 10,000 people are coming to them for help, yeah, they're not going to be able to help all.
Several Azerite wounds lay exposed nearby. Use the Heart of Azeroth to mend them.
Okay, I will. I'm gonna mend them. I'll heal them all up for you, Magni. I don't know, I'm just, you know, I find that I am becoming more understanding and less quick to, you know, want to, like, I would just like peace. I would like everybody to just, you know, like, driving home tonight. I was just, you know, driving at a pace where I could keep moving, and cars are cutting in and out and weaving and there, and I'm just like, I wonder why they're doing that, because, you know, we all are ending up in the same place pretty much, you know, close to the same time, yet they're all in some kind of hurry, and is it really worth that? And the more that the longer my son, and he hasn't even been in the military that long, he's not even actually in his job yet, but you know, I join these mom groups, and the more I hear about all of these things, that the ones that their kids have been in for, you know, several years or a really long time,
Well,
things
champion.
that go on with
I
them,
can feel Azeroth recovering
and
her strength.
you know, if their kid gets hurt and all this stuff, and I'm thinking, none of this shit matters at the end of the day when it comes to that. You know, like, I was reading about one lady. She was talking about an incident where she heard somebody pull up into her driveway, so she thought, right? And this was at midnight. And she was so scared that it was Marines coming to tell her something had happened to her son that she woke her husband up to go and answer the door. I don't blame her. You don't think about those kinds of things before you're in that situation. But when you think about that, a whole lot of this other shit becomes very unimportant. So I think that's part of why all of this pettiness that's going on YouTube is really beginning to drive me insane. And I really don't understand it. I don't understand those people. I'll tell you, I'm having a rough day, so you know why I'm quiet. Other than that, most of the time, I don't even want to think about it. I come on here to distract me. Right, like, okay, so in the same way that, let's say, people are using YouTube to distract them from, you know, poor health, or they've had a horrible day, you know, and they wrecked their car, you know, just whatever. Is kind of the same way that I use this game for. And so I used to get really aggravated in the game when I was dealing with people in the guild that were,
my blade!
you know, like, me, take me, do this, do me, you know, I need gear, I need this, or they'd come in and bitch about their day or whatever, and all I wanted to do was, like, go kill some things, and get a couple pieces of gear, and go to bed, right? This is my outlet. This is my non-stressful. I have goals. I can set a goal. I can reach a goal. I can get a reward. I can feel good. You know, I accomplished something, and while I was having fun, and I can go to bed and, you know, get up, go to work the next day, and, you know, do that all over again. I don't want people messing that up for me. And so I guess I certainly can understand people that are using YouTube in the same way. Get disheartened by having to listen to all kinds of people complaining all the time. I have to be honest. Even if I've had a terrible day, I can't think of a time that I've actually, like, gone into somebody's channel, and even if they ask me, like, how my day was, that I've said, oh my gosh, you won't believe it, you know, the dog did this, my husband did that, my kids did this, and work with, like, I can't even think of a time I've done that now. You know, going into Discord and you know, talking to my friends and venting that way, that's different. But I don't come on here to, like, even as this being an outlet for me, you know, streaming my stuff and being able to talk and have conversations and talk about things going on in the world, you know, trying to solve the world problem, all that kind of stuff. I mean, that's stuff that I want to do, right? If somebody comes to my channel and they don't want to hear it, they can leave. They don't have to, you know, bring me down or bring anybody else down that's, you know, having a conversation. And it should be that way. They should be that way with every channel that they go to. If they don't have something to contribute to what's going on, either shut up and listen, or go somewhere else where they're talking about, you know, whatever it is that you're, you know, want to whine about or cry about, or
Putting their own greed for the health of Azeroth. Thank you, champion.
when I'm having a bad day, I don't even get on YouTube. I need to find my way through. Listening to people whine about little things makes me mad on those days. Right. So and you know, maybe that's part of what I'm getting into now. I guess my perspective is changing. I was driving home tonight, and there was a car that had I saw like some really big stickers on their back window, and as they were going by me, I looked and I could see it was an army sticker, and when we got stopped in traffic, the other one I was able to read, and it said, "If you enjoy your freedom, thank my daughter." So I have to assume that whoever was in that vehicle, their daughter is in the army, right? And then you think about that, you know, like the case I was listening to today, Um, the guy was a police officer that got shot. He was in the Air Force before he became a police officer. And you think about the sacrifices that these people are making, and then somebody wants to bitch about, you know, somebody cut them off in traffic and it just ruined their whole day. Really? I mean, yeah, okay, it might make you mad for 5 minutes, but if they didn't hit you, I mean, there's so many worse things that could be going on. Or, you know, oh my gosh, I have this terrible, you know, like,
I speak
honest
for
to goodness, when I
Azeroth.
was sick, I felt bad that I couldn't get on because I mean, I wasn't that sick, you know, that I couldn't do anything. I was drained and I couldn't talk, and that was the only reason why I couldn't get on. Oh, you need one of those that says sun. Well, here's the thing though, like my whole back, like I have a Marine Mom trailer hitch plug, I have a Marine Mom tire cover on the back. I have that Marine Mom sticker on the back window. I'm actually thinking about getting an Alliance and a Horde decal to put on the top right and left of the back window. Um, it's the first time I've ever contemplated doing that, but I'm actually thinking about doing it. Oh, this is good. 395 to 420. Well, good thing Eminem Mama told me good luck, right? Because she just probably got me a better belt. Which is completely awesome. Okay. Now, am I done with that quest? Weekend event. Where do I turn that in? Take the portal. Oh, to Zuldazar. Okay. To go turn that in. Then get my resources. Lucher Shiitake. Yeah. Oh my god, I was killing Eminem Mama and Lisa last night with my... well... You know how frustrating the game can be. That's about all I can say about that. I have to go... I fly down there and turn my quest in, and then I can shut down the stream and go to bed. Tomorrow's Wednesday. Tomorrow I might just try to plow through a bunch of world quests, because I could do it faster if I was just in Discord talking instead of trying to read the chat and everything else. You know, that's another thing that people don't understand either, and that kind of drives me crazy. You know, you've got a YouTuber that might have, well, okay, you know, you and I have been in a certain person's stream and had upward of 1,000 people in there. Now, how in the world is one person going to be able to individually address every comment a stream that has 1,000 people, of which, you know, maybe only 200 or 300 is actually typing in the chat? That's still an awful lot of people to try to have to respond to while you're trying to provide entertainment, information, whatever it is, whatever the reason you're having that stream. Right? So, like, for instance, when I'm playing the game, I mean, I do like having conversations with people that are, you know, I'm friends with, and that's fine. But let's face it, if I'm playing the game, it's a lot easier for me to answer a question about the game
I've seen things that would
than it
scare you
is to
shitless.
play the game and have a conversation about, you know, something somebody brings up that's, you know, some kind of philosophical discussion. I am here just putting the washing up. Oh, hi, Evie Bubbles. Thank you for coming. I don't know if my perspective is changing, and I think part of it is that. Part of it could be menopause, I don't know. But I feel like, so much of everything is people are all about me, right? So if you're somebody who's going into somebody else's live stream and you're completely trying to change the subject, and I don't mean shifting the subject. I mean, let's for instance say you're in a true crime live stream and everybody's talking about, okay, let's say Ted Bundy, right? And then all of a sudden somebody kind of tries to hijack the stream in that they start talking about which brand of diapers is the best to use on my child. I've tried this kind, and these ones have leaked on me, and like whatever. But you see what I mean? It's so off the topic of what you're talking about. Now, if you're on a true crime stream and they're talking about Ted Bundy, and then you say, okay, I want to start talking about um, um, Timothy McVeigh, right? Okay, well, he's still a crime person. So that's, okay, we'll talk about him when we get done with this conversation. Maybe the person whose stream it is might say. And that should be okay. But like seriously, just changing it to something off the wall like diapers and what kind of diapers are the best to buy for your baby. Um I guess I don't understand that. And then that person who's talking about diapers gets mad because, now mind you, this is not any specific thing that's happened. I'm just making this up off the cuff. Um, the person who's having this conversation about diapers gets mad at the YouTuber for not addressing them directly and answering their question when the YouTuber is trying to have this conversation and give out information about Ted Bundy, and they can't even see half of the chat. I mean, you see what I do. Sometimes I'm jumping around in the conversations, especially like because this is not working half the time. Um, I'm looking at my phone, and I'm like, I might see, the message 5 messages down from the last one I read, and then I go back up and I'm like, oh, I missed that one, and then I'm addressing that, and they're all out of order, and I don't understand why people get mad at the YouTuber for that. Sorry, I'm still coughing. I just, if you want to talk about diapers, go find. I mean, good lord, there's probably somebody out there live streaming or has made a 1,000 videos on what kind of diaper is good and bad to put on your baby's butt. You don't have to go in and hide. The reason why somebody wants to go in there and hijack that live stream, because that's kind of what I call it, is because it's about me, right? They're an about me person. It's got to be about me. Well, if it's got to be about you, go make your own channel, and it all is about you then, because they usually think they are the center of the world and their problems are more important than anyone else's. Right. You're exactly right. And that's just it. Nobody's problems is more important than anybody else. We're all human beings. We're all on the same playing field. I mean, you know, it doesn't matter if, you're a stay-at-home mom, a CEO of a big corporation, the president of the United States, a priest, or, the garbage truck driver. Everybody is still the same, and nobody's problems or needs are any more or less important than anybody else's. Oh my God. I just got breaking news on my phone. This is a police officer run over while in foot pursuit of suspect. I'm sorry, I have to look that up. What the hell is wrong with people? That was channel 2. No, that's not what I'm looking for. Facts. Hubby just walked in, so I'm slightly distracted. That's okay. What? Anifa? Who's Anifa? Has declared war on the police. Alright, let's see. I just got a notification on my phone. Why can't I find it on the webpage? Missouri State Police K-9 discovers 45 pounds of marijuana during traffic stop. I bet he gets a box full of treats. See, and this drives me crazy. Like, here we go. Police officer run over while in foot pursuit of a suspect. Bonita Park, Missouri. The North County Police Cooperative is on the lookout, so they don't even have the suspect. Oh, yeah, the dog that... I was like, what are my dogs doing? No, you're talking about the dog that got... Yeah, good for him. I hope he gets a whole pile full of treats. Okay, Veneta Park, Missouri. The North County Police Cooperative is on the lookout for a suspect that ran over a police officer in Veneta Park Tuesday night around 6:15 p.m. A department spokesperson tells Fox 2 News 11 that officers were called to an O'Reilly Auto Parts store located at 8123 Page Avenue for a customer attempting to pass counterfeit money. The customer was asked to leave. I have to open up the whole article. Hang on. The customer was asked to leave by a store employee, but the customer and another person later came back to the store just after the police arrived. An employee pointed out the suspect and officers attempted to stop the individuals. Both suspects exited the store with officers chasing one of the suspects on foot. One of the suspects got into a white four-door vehicle and intentionally ran over one of the officers. That officer suffered lacerations and head injuries. The driver of the vehicle fled the scene and police are still searching for that suspect. After a brief foot pursuit, the second suspect was captured and taken into custody. The injured officer is expected to be okay. Well, if they got the guy in the foot pursuit, he'll probably turn in the guy who was driving the car to... That's going to make some people's day suck. Oh. Well, you know, they're going to start busting more and more marijuana here, and I'm going to tell you why, because they legalized, as of the first of the year, they legalized recreational marijuana in Illinois. That would be a capital charge here. Do y'all do that? What would be a capital charge? Purposefully running over a police officer? I think you can only get capital if it's murder. Let me see. What? Charges. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the charges will be on that. I'm sure we'll find out. First grade teacher tried to buy an 8-ball of meth while at Florida school. What the heck? I don't even know what an 8-ball of meth is, but we might find out here. A Florida teacher is facing felony drug charges after police say she tried to buy methamphetamine while teaching. Valerie Lee Prince, a first grade teacher at Jacksonville Heights Elementary School in Jacksonville, was in contact with an undercover officer with the Clay County Sheriff's Office, according to a news release. An audio recording of that CCSO made and provided to the media revealed a woman talking to an officer about buying an $85, I guess that's an 8-ball, because they have that in quotes, an eighth of an ounce of methamphetamine. Holy crap, $85 for an eighth of an ounce? Who can afford a habit like that? The woman who the CCSO identified as Prince is heard telling the undercover officer he came to the school before kids arrive at 8:30 a.m. or during her lunch break at 11 a.m. It was a pretty nonchalant request, and the indication was it was no big deal to the suspect. Clay County Sergeant Vincent Hall said, "The teacher intended to leave the classroom of the first graders to buy the narcotics, use some, and save the rest for her boyfriend," said Clay County Lieutenant Dominic Panisia with the CCSO during a press conference on Friday. The heck? The CCSO actually made the arrest after school, Hall said. Prince was charged with possession of methamphetamine. In a case like this, for a teacher to be willing to leave the classroom, leave those children, and to have the intent to go consume any degree of narcotics, then to return to the classroom setting where she has care of children is unacceptable, Clay County Sheriff Darrell Daniels said. Prince also admitted she used methamphetamine 10 times within the last 5 to 6 months, the news release said. CNN has reached out to Duval County Public School Board for comment, but has not heard back. It was not clear as of Saturday whether Prince has retained an attorney. Prince is being held at Clay County Jail. She is scheduled to be arraigned on March 10th, court records show. Let's see. Okay, now I have to look at, because I'm sorry I was reading that. That would be a capital charge, or do you do that here? Okay, we don't know. We'll have to see what the charge ends up being. Glad he will be okay, but they hope they find the suspect. I'm quite sure that the person will snitch out the driver, since it was the person that was on foot that got caught. And hang on. Yes, ma'am. Attempted murder of police officer. You get capital charge in this state. True here too. Injuring a police officer is most punishable offense. Well, I'm gonna refrain from comment on YouTube. I might have to tell you in Discord sometime. They need to set an example. This trying to kill law enforcement has to stop. Oh, good night. Hubby says it's an eighth of an ounce, and no, I'm not asking how he knows this, LOL. It's a state by state here at EV Bubble, so we never know what another state does. We always have to ask. That's right. As long as it's not, if it's federal law, it's across the country, but most things are state to state. Let's see. That's a good way to put you off buying meths. I would never touch it. No, I've not ever touched anything. I won't even touch marijuana. Even if they legalize it everywhere, I would not do it. Laws are changing so often lately, you really have to check laws before traveling. That's true. Especially if you have conceal and carry, because that can get you in all kinds of trouble. Okay, Mrs. Roger Rabbit. Easy in New Zealand having the same laws nationwide. Mrs. Roger Rabbit said, "Oh goodness, she sounds like a real peach." Right, like who sits there and see that would be the thing. Not that a teacher's doing drugs, because everybody has the possibility of getting hooked on drugs. But I mean, to leave the classroom to go buy drugs, do some drugs, and go back to teach the classroom. And we're talking little kids. We're not talking, high schoolers where everybody's probably in that condition at some point. Unfortunately. Hi, Melinda. How are you? Politics is a game here. Governing isn't what it once was. It's mostly about making laws in favor of their corporate backing these days. That's true. That's absolutely true. If you want, well, you look at the new laws that end up getting pushed through pretty easily. Is usually a family member of somebody who has had something happen to them. I mean, look how the stalking laws came about. That was from people being stalked and people who survived attacks, pushing legislation and having people, write up laws so that they could put it before the legislature to get them passed. And then it's like, okay, these people are legislators. You were talking to me about this whole swatting thing that we've been talking about, and having to write up a law before anybody will introduce it. Well, they're legislators. Why the hell aren't they? We're paying them. Why aren't they writing anything? It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And my hunter's doing kind of a funky dance there. Orcs are so lewd. I know, but well, yes. I guess I should follow Nightbots if they get paid if they write some. No, they don't get paid here for writing any. None of them write any here. So yeah, we got a little sidetracked there because I got that notification. I guess we'll see what happens. I'll keep an eye on the news in the next couple days and see if they end up catching the driver of the vehicle. And so everybody, thank you for coming. We totally got off topic here at the end, but that's okay. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and hit the bell so that maybe if YouTube decides to send out notifications, you might get a notification. Please join our Discord. Discord is the best place to, one, find out when I'm going live, to interact with other people and myself. The link you can find in the description of any of the videos or on the About tab of the YouTube page. Please hit the thumbs up, comment, and share out so we can get more people involved in showing up for live streams and participating in the channel. And let's see, Mrs. Roger Rabbit says, oh, Melinda said they get paid if they don't. Mrs. Roger Rabbit said they don't write laws very often. Most of the time the bill is written, they are handed a check and they take it to get it before the House. Politicians are lazy. That's true. Unfortunately, we're paying them a lot of money, and then the people in Washington, we're paying them for the rest of their life once they get elected, which is absolutely ridiculous. But anyway, that topic is for another night. Have a good night, everybody. I have to get to bed because I have to go to work in the morning, and I will catch you all next time. Make sure you, if you're interested in true crime, we will be doing a live Saturday talking about some true crime cases, so keep an eye out for that. Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful night and sleep well, and I will see you next time.